What's up, guys? All right, so I got a requested topic from George Antonio. I think his name was spelled correctly. You know, a couple of things to discuss. First of all, people don't seem to have an issue with my disposition, and I should be helping people without criticizing them. Zhu Zongdong, right, in China, is going around beating the crap out of delusional old men. You have a time where our cities were literally burned to the ground, and you taiji guys running around these competitions, and you're playing your narcissistic games, showing off your forms, your fancy silk suits. People are getting hurt, okay? We can't be nice about this anymore. And, you know, this culture of the Chinese, like, especially doing this, where they don't teach you the real stuff, and it's part of their culture to not teach you real things. Some of these teachers will teach you for 10 years wrong, and the masters told me this. They'll teach you wrong on purpose, and then at the end they'll give you like a secret to fix it. There's so many things, I can go on infinite about this, but it's not my job to make you feel good about yourself when you're failing. You're not going to get a participation award from me, all right? And I've been in positions where I've seen people get hurt and die because their martial arts failed them, because they had false confidence. There's one time, there's one guy, who's a big dude, and he's working the door at this party, and I'm like, "Are you good?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good, blah, blah, blah." And he always talk like, he's this MMA guy, he went down south to travel, and I'm back in New York at the time. And I always said to him, like, "Bro, that jiu-jitsu shit's not gonna work in reality. You're not trained for this, okay? You're not looking for, you don't know what to look for, you don't know how to handle these things, you're not trained for this." But he had this false confidence that, he's an MMA fighter, and he can work the door because he's big, big black guy, he's tough, and I mean, this guy was big. I went upstairs, I literally went upstairs to the barkeep, I talked to him, and I came back down, and he's on the floor holding his guts, okay? And this guy's running, literally, it was 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds, okay? Turns out, like, somebody was not even part of the event, was walking by, and a girl was smoking a cigarette, and the guy started harassing them, or said something like, "Hey babe," whatever it was, and he said something to them, and the little Puerto Rican was walking in and stabbed him in the fucking liver and walked away. Okay? This is the kind of shit that I've seen, where I'm holding my friend's guts in place because they think they know what they're doing. Okay? It's my responsibility as an instructor, any of my students, to prepare them the best I can, okay? Nothing is foolproof, nothing is, but at least I'm not gonna bullshit you and give you a full sense of confidence. I'm not gonna lie to you when I know what you're doing is gonna get you hurt, all right? So forgive me for being a little rude, but I also come from a place where I was trained, and you understand, like, the real martial arts are kept by the military and the gangs, and that's who trained me, all right? Military and gangs, not bullshitting, all right? When I was a kid, I grew up in New York, I grew up in a very nasty place, and who did I learn from, all right? These people are nice people, okay? Ask my boys what makes the grass grow, all right? And if you don't know, you don't know. So, I come from a different world, guys. It's not my fault that you're too weak to understand my disposition, but the problem is, that's what I'm trying to share with you. Like, when I come to you like that, is because, my anger comes from fear. I fear you getting hurt. I fear you hurting other people by teaching garbage, all right? I'm not the best fighter or tough guy in the world, but I know violence, okay? And I don't want to see more people get hurt because there's something wrong in their brain. When you go to these competitions and you're wearing your fancy silk gowns and doing your pretty forms, get all this attention, and then you try to transfer that into reality and you don't even understand because it's so far removed from the original thing, you're hurting yourself and other people. So, now you ask me, shouldn't I be nice? You have this false morality, this fake humility, and it's not, the world doesn't work like this, man. I made a mistake with my channel because my teachers didn't want me to teach the real thing. I kept my promises. I promised not to tell people who taught me and what they taught me because it's too dangerous or they don't want the attention or whatever it is, okay? And I kept my word. And I feel like I did a disservice to people by not from the beginning showing the killing intent stuff. You know, and I'm still feeling like I still have trouble with the decisions of what I want to show people. But you know, I'm gonna attempt, like, you know, he was asking me why should I show the steppings and the proper things, and it's like, how do you guys not know this? Like, how do I have to teach instructors and these professional competition guys the basics, man? It's like, it's a disgrace. In the old days, you know, you would have to fight to the death because you dishonored the lineage. Like, I was in the last generation of challenge matches. Like, there's people who will back me up on this. In the 90s, I went to every school that would let me fight, and I fought everybody. And I did not lose. Okay? I've gone into schools and sparred 30 people in a row. You know, I stood in Chinatown parks every weekend taking any challenge of any kind with any rules. All right? I did this. I am that guy. I wanted to prove Yang Shangfu invincible stuff where I can take anybody doing anything they wanted, and I would do my best to not hurt them. And there's very few people that I had to actually hurt that didn't get it. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm telling you that this is the truth. I did this. And there's people in New York in the taiji community and, you know, in other places that will back me up. And I'm not doing this for YouTube. I don't want to be YouTube famous. I don't want to. It's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for historical record and because the foundation of humanity is to pass on cognitive and genetic information. Okay? It's purpose. You know? There's no only reason. I don't care anymore, guys. I've already done it. I've already been through that shit. I'm old. I have all the bone bruise broken, everything. I'm tired, man. All right? But with that being said, I'm going to try to teach you guys just some basic stuff because it's just so, you're missing so much. I don't know where to start. Okay? Like, there's good. Let's just compare, like, American push-hands competition to, like, China where they actually throw each other around. American push-hands is junk. It's just like, it's patty cake. Right? But then you look in China and it's like they made Tai Chi, the hard style, into only wrestling. Look at the other lineage of Yang style. Who is Yang Changfu's brother? What does his system look like? I think the guy's name was Earl Montague, right? Is that what his name? I'm trying to remember it because this is a long time I saw his videos of the other lineages, okay? Where they look completely different. The frames are different, the way they attack is different, the handsets are different. You guys are just, you don't even know your own history of the art. So I don't even know where to start with you people. But let's go to at least the boxing element, okay? All right. Dealing with stepping, because that was one of those questions, okay? If you notice in this form, you have a upper gate and a lower gate. So every time you advance, you should be taking his feet, excuse me. You should be taking his feet, okay? Or taking his legs. So when I go into advance, I should be kicking the kneecap, right? Kicking him in the leg, all right? Taking my foot and stomping on him. Can you see my feet? I don't want to step in dog crap for you guys, but so when I move forward, I'm going to step on his leg and my foot push his leg. I'm going to step on his leg, okay? So as I'm dealing with a boxer, he doesn't got no legs. So I'm going to step in and kick him in the kneecap, okay? That's your stepping. Like, it's everywhere. How should you start as your guard? It should be lift hands or play guitar, strum the lute, whatever you want to call this move. Okay? It's very similar to Wing Chun, right? How would I advance and play guitar? What is this? He's boxing. He doesn't have any legs. Kick him in the fucking kneecap, bro. Common sense, okay? But let's just say I'm not throwing southpaw, I'm going to be orthodox, okay? Because this will make more sense for the average player. First off, when you're doing competition push hands or you're doing the stirred up high exercise, what's the first thing you do? Everybody sets up like Bruce Lee, crosshand. Crosshand. When I see this kid, Sifu Nico, and you see how completely, it was just so, I'm sorry, it was so bad. And I don't know how to say this without being mean, but it was, you look at, like, he was so uncomfortable in that situation. There's something wrong. And it's not just him, it's all of you, all right? you have no association with reality from bringing Tai Chi into a physical example because you don't practice it, and you have these social contracts that allow it. Okay, so I don't know where to start. It's hard for me. It's hard for me. So let's get into like basic boxing. Okay, basic boxing. With basic boxing, if I'm going to do a counter to a jab, you have a slide punch. All right. So when he throws his jab, I'm going to throw my jab after him, and what that allows me to do is to ride up his jab. So imagine. See if I can set this up for you. I'm not really if I can do this properly, but let's see if I can set this up like this. Okay, can you guys see this? I hope you guys can see this. So his punch is coming out. I'm going to throw my punch over his punch on the outside. And what that does is he's going to put his punch by my ear, and I'm going to come over his punch, putting it on the outside corner. This is the same as stir the pot. Okay? This is such an obvious application. I cannot comprehend how you guys don't see it and how you weren't taught this. It just boggles my mind. It is so common to see the slide punch. I think Atlas just did a short on YouTube about this, actually. Okay? Like, this is a common thing. He jab, I jab. Okay? So he throws his jab, I jab. If I'm on that slight outside line, I'm gonna throw my jab over him. Okay? This is basic boxing. Second basic technique in boxing is when you catch. So he throws his jab, I catch it with the rear hand, because I know he's trying to hit me in the face, so I catch it and I throw my jab. Okay? This is basic, fundamental boxing, guys. I'm not inventing this shit. Okay? This is like baby boxing. So how would we look at that in Tai Chi? If I'm doing the slide punch, it would be ward off. But instead of throwing a jab, I'm throwing a back fist or a knife hand. Okay? From the inside, we do spread arms like fan. Okay? Spread arms like fan is the catch and my palm strike. Okay? Palm strike, I can just turn everything to fists if I wanted to. Okay? So my spread arms like fan is now a fucking punch. I mean, it's not that difficult to understand. Okay? So spread arms like fan, that's my catch and my jab. But in a street fight, you have much, unless you did what I did and were doing concrete push-ups on your knuckles and breaking 5 to 7 boards in competitions like I did, because I did power breaking competition, you shouldn't be using a knuckle. You should be using your palms. Okay? Somebody wants to come outside. Come say hi to the camera, guys. Come on. Come on, Apple. My kids want to come out. Come on, buddy. Sorry about that. Go. Go on. Go on. Go on. So, nice. Yeah, that's what everybody wants to see. So, where were we? So, you really don't want to be using bare knuckles unless you trained your knuckles. Okay? You know, like, everybody who's done any basic traditional karate, you've at least done push-ups on wood. All right? You know, and like, I haven't trained in a very long time. So for me to do push-ups on concrete, even now, is no big deal. Okay? This is nothing to me. I can do this shit all day. All right? My bones are dense from doing this my whole life. So I can hit somebody with my knuckles, bare knuckle, and not have a problem. Mike Tyson's even broken his hands. Most boxers break their hands when they fight bare knuckle because they're used to having padding. You understand what I'm saying to you? So Tai Chi makes more sense because everybody uses their palms. Their palms strike someone in the jaw is very easy. All right? To hit someone with the knife hand or this is very easy. You don't have to really train this much. All right? As for your steps, I've mentioned this in other videos. Listen, guys, I had 80-something videos on the channel explaining this stuff. I can't hold everybody's hand, man. I don't get paid for this shit. I get it. I really was doing this as a hobby, you know, like it was for my students, you know, to see like, oh, here's some cool little extras, and it was like historical, and just to say, okay, I was there, but I didn't want to show the real shit. Because one, there's a lot of good fighters out there, and honestly, I don't feel qualified to be the professor of fucking Tai Chi, okay? Like the old master should have been doing this. You guys should have been doing this, not me. But now I have to because you're doing this so insanely out of reality. I don't know what else to do. Okay? I just wanted to retire on a freaking mountain and mind my damn business. All right, so look, dealing with first of all, you have to. In the old days, nobody just did Tai Chi. Okay, you would learn a fist from one master, learn a fist from another master, learn a fist from another master. Okay, it wasn't like the end-all, be-all Bible like you guys in the West. It's like, I do MMA, I do Taekwondo, I do Kung Fu. Like, you know, like, that's not how it was. Like, you know, it was a study, and, you know, you learn one family art, another family art, you know, and you get at least 2 or 3 in your lifetime, you know, and you have an understanding. And also, people were rough back then. They weren't sitting on their butt all day. They were fighting and farming and doing shit with their hands. They were just tougher people. So, anyway, back to how do we... first, you have to know how to throw up a guard, okay? So if anybody doesn't know how to throw up a guard, and there's a thing, like, there's different understandings of what a guard is, because any type of guard is based on a fear response, right? At least in the beginning, you know? I have some kind of guard position, I have some kind of guard position. Why? I'm afraid of getting hit, okay? So you want to say, oh, I don't need to have a guard. Even having your hands down to the side can be a guard, because you have elbow rolls, okay? He shows a punch at me, he'll kick at me, I check with my elbow, I check with my elbow. So even like interview posture, okay, is still a guard, okay? All right, these are still guards, okay? Just because you understand them, like, you know, I don't even know where to start with you people. All right, so going back to steps. When we're in a 50-50 fight, okay? I never want to be in a 50-50, meaning I don't care if it's hands, knife, gun, trucks, cars, chairs, I don't care. I don't want to give you a 50-50 on me where we're even. So what I'm going to do is, if this is centered to the camera, I'm assuming, I'm going to slightly shift so that you think we're still 50-50, but we're not. I'm taking the outside top, and whenever possible, I want outside 2 hands on top. Okay? Second, I would want inside 2 hands on top. Third, I want inside 1 hand out, 1 hand over. And this is like an order of what I prefer my position to be in if I make bridge. So whenever possible, I want to get to a position where I'm outside your line of weapons, and I can give you all my results. I'm 100 to 0, okay? Or 100 to 20 if I consider, meaning like, oh, get that, get that, get that. He's always trying to escape. Stay in the yard, okay, young man? He's not happy about that. And now he wants to go inside. Welcome to my family, people. Okay? Go on. You fluffy bastard. Alright. So, I don't want to be in a 50-50 fight. What does stir the pot teach you? It teaches you that when someone comes on a straight line, I want to be outside, gearing to get outside on top. Why? Because I have your arm here. The only thing you have is a shoulder check. You know what I mean? Or some kind of hip bump or something, you know? All of my weapons are available, and you really can't defend yourself. So, whenever possible, especially somebody who's a boxer, I want to be on the outside. So my first instinct should be, for boxing, and I see that you have better hands than me, I want to be on the outside hitting you from here, okay? I don't want to be sitting here 50-50 with you, especially if I know you're better than me. I'm going to take any advantage I'm going to get. I'm going to kick you in the kneecap, go to the side, and try to tear your ear off, you know? So this is basic things, but because you guys don't have fighter mentality, you don't even think like that. And the problem with people who do sport fighting is that you're thinking and you're trained for situations where there's, you know, these rules and these social contracts. I can't poke you in the eye. I can't grab your ear and tear it off. I can't bite you. You know, I can't grab your balls. Okay? I can't choke you with your own clothes. I can't use my nails and scratch you like a bitch. I can't scratch you. You know what I'm saying? Just like I can't throw objects on the floor at you. I can't pick up that chair and hit you with it. So, you know, you're not going to think like I do because you're not trained to. You know, one of the things I used to teach my students, that if you're getting choked out by a jiu-jitsu guy in a street fight, you know what you do? Tap on him really hard. Because instinctively, most of these people, even if they don't let go completely, instinctively they'll pump and almost let go for a second. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of them, it's like Pavlovian training. If you tap for a second, you're going to get a little reflex, or they're going to open up. This is the kind of things you guys are thinking about. You're not understanding like combat versus fighting. Okay, so you have to change your mindset. All right. Going back to stepping, right? So, how many steps in your form, right? When you do the beginning of the form, he goes to throw. I don't care. And that's the thing about Tai Chi that's interesting, is that they don't have actual applications. They have gestures and vector. So, I say in my other videos, what could it be, right? Because offense in combative, or offense in Tai Chi, the first move of every Tai Chi form is what? Step to the side and make your fence, right? This is good for health, but for some delusional shit where people start thinking you can move that slow and fight in real life. Who the hell? Yang Chengmin on his videos, if you don't tell me you're a Tai Chi practitioner or student and you haven't looked at Dr. Yang's everything, okay? And what does he say? When you use Tai Chi for fighting, it must be fast, must be fast. It's not dancing, must be fast, okay? Like, this is why it's hard for me to talk to you guys, because you guys are a joke, okay? And in the old days, like, you know, with my lineage and my, you know, my background, when I walk into your school, you should all be bowing, Sifu, Sifu, Sifu. And I don't want that, but I'm saying if it was 25 years ago, I wouldn't have to, like, it would just be my rank meant something. But because of commercialization, you guys can't, it's like Jesus Christ can reincarnate himself, and if he didn't have a good Instagram page, you wouldn't follow him. All right? That's how delusional you people are. Get what I'm saying to you? So it's difficult. It's difficult. All right? So, like, and what am I supposed to do? Do challenge matches? Like, I did that. You know, there's been people who I've literally are so delusional that I'll be sparring with them or doing push-ups with them, and they'll be moving, and I'll have my hand next to their jaw, and they're waiting, and I'm waiting for them to notice that I hit them, right, and they'll try to hit me again, so I do it, and I do it again, and I do it again, and then they'll get harder and harder until they're almost about to hit me, and then I have to smack them, you know? And then they'll get smacked, and they get thrown on the floor, and their friends are like, don't you realize that you have no chance against this guy? And they don't get it. So, what's the point? Okay, and then let's just say like I go and I do some fucking Zhuzhang Dong fucking challenge matches. What's that gonna get me? Alright, great, I beat somebody up. You know, I beat somebody up who's delusional, who I knew I could beat up. Alright? Like, yo, I'm old, I have 4 herniated discs, I have broken bones everywhere, alright? I'm not doing good, guys, you know? Like, my body's hurt. And I'll tell you right now, I will go into any of your Tai Chi schools all over the country. I will fight 20 of you. Okay? And I shouldn't be able to do that. Alright? Like, yo, when I was younger, my 20s, I can go to most MMA schools and take 3 guys at once. I'm not talking shit. I'm old. I'm not good like that anymore. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, I'm hurting. I shouldn't be able to say this with confidence. I will go into your school and tear you apart. Okay? Like, I can't go into an average shitty Taekwondo school and spar everybody like I used to. I can't do that. But I'll go into any Tai Chi school in the country and I'll mutilate you. I shouldn't be able to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. I can't go into any MMA school or any Taekwondo school or any Wing Chun school and take everybody on by myself. Okay? Like, I'm talking about at the same time. At the same time. I'm not joking. Alright? Like, this is why I'm careful what I teach because, like, gun disarms, for instance. Yes, I have literally stripped live firearms from people in real life, loaded, all right? But when I was at that age, I was so much faster and trained than the average person. They couldn't see me moving, and I knew it. I knew I was that good, okay? I knew I can do what I was gonna do, and there's people who saw it and they will tell you, okay? I just don't want to, because I don't want to, God, because then it becomes this whole gossip. I don't care, man. I don't care. I don't care who. I'm telling you honestly, from my soul, I swear to you on my life, this is real fucking talk. But I don't want to show people this shit because you don't have that. You did not train since you were 4 years old. You weren't sitting there beaten with sticks and told like Archaea was killed. Okay, like it wasn't like it's a different world. I can't even express to you. And honestly, I didn't have a bed till I was 14 years old. All right, I grew up in a bad place. I didn't care about my life, so it didn't mean anything to throw myself in harm's way trying to be a hero or just trying to be a badass, because I didn't care if I lived or died. I really didn't care. Okay, it just didn't matter to me. All right, I can't even tell you guys the shit that I've been through until some people die off. All right, but I came from a different place that you can't understand, and that's why I don't want to talk about so many things, because then I have to start like exposing some people and exposing people's shit. I don't want to bring names and things. I don't want to do it. So I'd rather people say, oh, he's bullshit or whatever the fuck it is. Like I'm fucking lying to you. Anyway, going back to how do you enter. Or power generation, for instance. Like, here's a good one. What if I told you that all the animals are in the taiji form? And what if I told you that you've been taught wrong on purpose? Okay? There's taiji mantis, there's tiger, there's crane, there's hawk, there's snake. Okay? So you have to start to think, like, carry tiger back to mountain camp for rematch. So from here, is it carry tiger? Okay, or is it carry tiger? Like, you have to start thinking, how does snake operate? Is it snake? Or is it snake? Is it crane? Or is it crane? Is it mantis? What? Is it mantis? Okay? How does animal power work? Oh, that's not real Tai Chi. Yeah, because real Tai Chi is the dilution of Yang Chang Fu. Alright? A really watered down, consistently watered down version of Yang Chang Fu. Because the Chinese, I don't even know if I can tell you with the way the world works right now, but the Beijing 24 form came at a very particular time in Chinese history. Okay? They destroyed their own martial arts on purpose. And they're paying for it. Now they're trying to remasculate their men. I'm sorry, I know people want me to be that. Listen, I lived the monk life for a short time. I'm not a monk anymore. Okay, I'm not even trying to make believe. Alright? Like, I'm still a Buddhist. I still practice, I still believe in the real teachings, the secret, like how I was taught, not this, it's another thing I can get into about the bullshit of religions and how they teach you wrong on purpose also. So, I don't believe in false humility. You guys are trash, okay? You were just taught wrong on purpose. If you don't like it, fix it. But if you can't take me, bro, like, I might as well be shitting blood. Like, I'm not doing well. I had 7 teeth pulled. I have 4 herniated discs. I have a fractured skull. I broke every bone in my hand. Dislocated toe. And I'll still whop you. I'll whip you. I shouldn't be able to. Okay? I shouldn't be able to say this. Okay? I can't go into an MMA school and be like, I'm going to fight everybody anymore. I can't do it. All right? Yeah, I can probably do damage a couple, but like I don't have it like that. I'll go into your Tai Chi school and I'll just manhandle you. I'm gonna manhandle you. Okay? You can't take me. You just can't. All right? That's not good. You gotta fix this, and don't blame me for saying it. Don't blame me. All right? It's not my fault. It's not, because like, let's be real. If you're so well practiced with your competition shit, all right, go fight. I already did my training. I already did my practice. Trust me. I have a lot of people. A lot of people will tell you, like, if you're in the Tai Chi community and you know Midtown Tai Chi, anybody from Chinatown, from Columbus Park, ask them about me. See if I'm bullshit. Okay? I dare you. Ask anybody from New York who knows anything about Tai Chi who ever touched my hands. Ask them if I'm fucking playing. Okay? I'll wreck you. I shouldn't be able to. That's why I'm like this, because I want to help you. I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want to see other people get hurt. It's not okay. All right? How does it get to a point where, first of all, Jushan Dong is like sitting there beating up old delusional men? There's so many guys from Chen Style and Chen Village that will destroy him. Like, destroy him. Like, we'll punch a hole through that boy. They won't set the fight up. But they'll let him beat up on old delusional men who've never taken a punch. You can see it. You can see it. Like, you can see the guys never got hit in the face before. No one even prepared them for the fight. They don't even lace their gloves. That's what you look like to me. It's scary because someone's gonna get hurt. Someone's gonna get hurt. And that's all I care about. I don't want to see people get hurt, and that's my fault because I didn't tell you. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I get angry. Because I am afraid for your life. Right? I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm fucking done, man. I'm done. Like, I played action hero, I did my time. I'm done, man. Anyway, so he wanted to know about the jab. I'm just going to reiterate it again just in case anybody missed it, because I know I'm ranting, but I hope this is making sense. I'm trying to be realistic with you. Guy throws a jab. If you're a boxer, right, you have two options, okay? The catch and a return, or the slide and the slide punch. You could throw a left hand or you could throw a right hand, where you throw the punch over his punch and deflection will misalign his punch and you hit him over it. Go check. I'm pretty sure that's what they still call it, a slide. All right? Go check. All right? So when you're doing the catch, think of spread arms like fan. Okay? Spread arms like fan. Right? He throws his punch, I catch it with the mitt and I put it down and I throw mine over. Palm strike, finger jab, punch, whatever you want to do, guys. Okay, these are basic fundamentals, but you've been in this Tai Chi is only wrestling. Yes, there's Chinan, there's grappling, there's wrestling, but it's called Tai Chi boxing. We're talking, it's boxing. Okay? Tai Chi Kun is like huge force fist. Alright? In Cantonese, it's big force, G as in force, not Chi as in blood, fist. Alright? Tai Chi Kun is huge force fist. So that's the best I got for you. So I hope this is making sense. If there's specific questions you want me to answer while, because listen, guys, I'm not in good shape anymore. I literally threw my back out. I had to reset my hip by myself because I'm in the middle of nowhere. All right, so I'm trying to get healthy again. I shouldn't be the spokesman for real anything anymore. But you guys are so terrible and no one's correcting you. I have to. Okay? There's nobody else to do it. So please forgive me if I sound condescending, but you're shit. You're absolute shit. It's garbage. Fix it. You should be mad at yourself. Alright? If my weakness offends me, your weakness better offend you. This is a joke. Okay? And you should be ashamed of yourselves trying to do these applications. The guy holds his hand out like this, and I get one-step attacks in karate like that is a staging training. But dude, someone has to flick a jab at you, and you have to figure out how to deal with that, because reality is people are going to be moving, bro. All right, people are going to be moving. No one's going to stand like that. All right, practice. And one of the things that made me so good at Tai Chi is one of the things that other people, they paid people to be feeders, where their job was just to throw themselves at them over and over again, so they can do that. So what I did was I used to bait people to play with me. And when they would come at me, I would never show them what I can do. I'd let them think I didn't know much at first. I let them come at me. All I do is block. All I do is block for hours and hours. And people in the will tell you, I played them. I used them. Like to steal. I used to tell them I'm stealing from you. And they don't think they really understood what I was doing. Like some of them, like the old guys knew. The old guys there, they understood. Because they were good and they're from the old generation. So, and also there's a respect. I really was trying to get the input so I can get my skills up. You need to get partners to feed you and test what's going to work against a jab, what's going to work against a back fist, what's going to work against a right hand punch, what's going to work against a roundhouse kick. It's not, like, I shouldn't be doing this, okay? If you don't know, as a Tai Chi player, that lift hands or play guitar, strum the lute, is your basic guard and your defense against most kicks, that's not my fucking problem, okay? Someone throws a Muay Thai roundhouse kick at you, answer him with play guitar. What? He throws a roundhouse kick, kick him in the balls, kick him in the base leg. He's throwing a kick from this way, he's throwing a kick from this way. I'm going to advance, I'm going to kick him. He's throwing the roundhouse kick, okay? He throws a kick. I can do golden cock stands on one leg. Roundhouse kick's coming in. I come from here, whatever. Roundhouse kick coming in. What do? I check it and I turn. Right? Why? Because there's a kick coming. So I catch it with my leg and I open him up. And I knee him in the balls. Golden cock stands on one leg. Golden cock knees you in the balls. That's your kick defense. It's just you're so wrapped up in your modernized competition sport sterile nonsense, you don't even see the technique. And then when I tell you, you think I'm the crazy guy. It'd be good for you to study basic boxing, White Crane, Pak Mei, Wing Chun, maybe even a little bit of the Xingyi concepts. Because the Tai Chi is the mother, it's the umbrella that encompasses all these techniques. Those systems are fractions of what's hidden in Tai Chi. So I say Tai Chi is the big brother, the grand ultimate, right? Grand ultimate, what? It encompasses everything. So if you're not aware enough to see how to unlock the codes, I don't have to tell you. But when you look at yourself in a video and you see how bad, how uncomfortable you look dealing with basic fighting things, like someone throwing a punch at you and you don't know what to do at all. Here's another thing. When you're dealing with any type of fighting, if someone attacks you, you're allowed to cross center once. Okay? So let's just say this kid did a jab and somehow he was trying to do ward off to the inside. And then he started doing this pass and this double pass. I was like, no. First of all, if I have inside, I'm immediately going to come to the inside. If I was able to block a jab or a hook with this hand, I'm going to go after your face. I'm going to go in. Okay? Whether it's with short power, jab, grab, rake, head control, clinch, I don't care. If I'm on the inside, I'm going inside. I'm tearing you up. All right? It's just, I'm overwhelmed by the incompetence that you guys have. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. It is so bad to me. And I really feel like you guys can't even recognize the level that I'm on compared to you. I don't know how to even deal with it. Like, literally in the old days, you'd sign a death waiver, we'd fight to the death, and I would, break you in pieces, and then your school would be my school. Because that's how they did it in China. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had a school in the park, and I wanted to have a school, I go fight the teacher, and if I win, that's my park. That's how it was done. You get what I'm saying? If I said that, like, in serious now, they go to jail. Like, you don't do that anymore. So we're in this era of enabling delusion. All right? And it happens even in combatives training. Like, you see Krav Maga schools, there's a lot of them fucking garbage. Like, and there's some Israeli dudes who will agree with me. Like, a lot of it's just nonsense. So I hope, I'm trying to be as humble about this as I can. I really am, man. But this is my whole life's work. Like, my entire life's work, and on top of it being my life's work, I've also seen such bad things. Like I've seen people massively injured, some die because of things like what you're doing. Like you're teaching nonsense. Nonsense. Okay? I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't even know how to rationalize this. I know I made a mistake with the channel because I was trying to make believe I'm something I'm not. I'm not the humble, you know, tai chi, you know, whatever. I'm not. You know, I you know, I wanted to put some things out there that help people and showed like the study and like the, you know, the understanding, like the physics and the mechanics. But I feel like I did a disservice by not from the beginning explaining like, yo, no, like, no. So forgive me for that. You know, I don't know if I'll ever be able to correct that. You know, and you know, I have to take the, even though people ask me as a teacher, and there's certain things like, you know, I want to keep my honor and not, I promise I wouldn't teach certain things. I promise I wouldn't say who taught me what did this and that. It's coming to a point where I feel like I have to, for a historical purpose. I don't know what to do. It really, I just don't know what to do. But if you guys have questions, if you feel what I'm doing can help you guys, you know, leave comments. You can always email expertmovement@gmail. PayPal.me/guidingoutdivinity is the PayPal. You know, like forgive me for being an asshole, but like you guys are shit. You gotta fix it. Like it's not okay. Your competition's a joke. Like, let's look at the videos from American competitions to China competitions. Look at William C. Chen's competition team go to China. Look how hard they go after each other versus you guys in America. I mean, and even that, what happened to fighting? Like, Tai Chi used to have two-person handsets where they're, you know, simulating hitting each other. Why don't you guys Tai Chi boxing? Why don't you guys put the gloves back on and Tai Chi box? Okay? Right? Why aren't you boxing? Okay? Like, Tai Chi is MMA. In fact, it's so much more MMA than MMA because it literally has every Chinese martial art theory in it, all the weapons, like literally every fucking weapon that there exists, there's a Tai Chi form for it. All kinds of combative concepts. It's in your face. It's in your face. Go look up any modern combatants and look up what the fence is. And then look at the beginning of your form. What is this? So, it's like you're so far away, I don't know where to start. So please, help me help you, okay? And everybody knows YouTube is cheating. You know, and listen, YouTube, whether you did it by accident or you're you know, the administrators who threatened me did it on purpose after I paid for advertising, it's deceptive business practice, okay? You know, I don't care about being a million subscribers, but I at least want fairness in that the historical archive stays alive. That's all I care about. I don't care if I make money. I just make it fair, you know? If I go and I pay you for advertising, I do this stuff, at least, like, give me a fair shot. I'm not talking about politics. I didn't do anything against the terms of service. The hell's your problem? All right? That's basically that. But for the rest of you guys, if you enjoy this stuff, if it helps you, feel free to ask questions. I will always do my best to answer them because it's like, again, you know, so this is like my... the end of my saga. You know, this is the end of my journey. I'm getting to the age where I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I've you wouldn't believe me if I told you where I've been and what I've done. I couldn't even explain it to you. You know, there's NDAs. I can't tell you. So I can just assure you that I'm done being an action hero. Okay. So, you know, I want the next generation to have what I had. You know, and you know, I should have the old school lineage of like my old, but like it just died. Like it, you know, like after my teachers died, the old classes died off and split apart. No one's connected anymore. There's no honor. There's no decorum. It doesn't exist anymore. You know. So this is as my qigong master said to me. You know, this is the Dharma ending age where all of these records will be broken. Where they're going to make your life short and stupid like dog. That's what he told me in 2000 before the Trade Center. It's Dharma ending age. They make your life like dog, stupid, short, 12 year. I didn't understand, but you're living in it. So, on that note, I hope this helps, and let me know in the comments if there's anything I can explain to you guys. I don't even know where to start. All right, but just get your head right, you know.